Hi, I'm Christina from Yoga to Transform and it's Thankful Thursday. Woohoo! Now today I'm here to spend a quick 15 minutes with you running through a beginner's yoga sequence. If the only thing you have in your house that you think would help you, or you really find it hard to get going, is a wall. So basically beginner's yoga using a wall. So beginner's yoga doesn't need to be anything fancy, and normally, because yoga is functional exercise and exercise that you do throughout the day, basically all you need to be doing is making sure that you're getting into functional movement. So, shall we begin? Thanks so much for joining me. So the first thing we're going to do is start working on kind of balance, but because we're beginners, we need support, which is why we have a wall. So make sure that you're standing and use your wall for support, okay? So place your left hand against the wall, because your left leg will be beside the wall, and your left leg is going to be your supporting leg. And I want you just to come up onto your right toes, place your right hand on your right hip, and inhale, just lift your right knee up. And begin by rotating the ankle of your right foot. I know. So we're going to be here for a little while. We're building strength in the left leg, and we're building, getting synovial fluid into those joints, which is really great for the joints. Now turn the ankle the other way. Nice work. And now just moving the knee, moving up to the knee. Fantastic. And then turn the knee the other way. Beautiful. And then just moving that right hip, turning the knee outwards, and then we're going to turn the knee inwards. Now you probably will have noticed that your left leg will be feeling quite strong, as well as your right knee too. Perfect. Whew. Take a moment, roll those shoulders. Just rolling the shoulders is great for you, and it's a yoga exercise. Now, second side, placing the right hand on the wall for support. Stand on your right foot and just lift up your left leg. And repeating again, just rolling the ankle on your left foot. Focus on your breathing, so do not hold your breath. If you've seen any of our stuff, we really focus on making sure that you're breathing. So breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, and you can take the ankle the other way. Nice. Now adding in that knee. Fantastic. And the other knee. Notice how I'm working on my posture while I'm here. So the back leg is working straight. I'm long through the side of my body. The head of my arm bones are back. So I'm keeping myself stable and strong. And then just adding in the hip rotations as well. So when I first started doing yoga, standing on one foot was excruciating because the feet weren't very strong. My feet weren't very strong. I hadn't been looking after that part of my body. Alrighty, nice work. Whew. Now just stand here in Tadasana, just take a moment. So Tadasana is when you're standing with your feet parallel, hips distance apart, and anchoring the full corners of your feet into the mat. So your big toe ball mound, your little toe ball mound, your inner heel and your outer heel. Now inhale, just lift your toes up. Notice how that hugs the muscles to the bones of your lower leg. Exhale, bring the toes down. This time inhale, hug your toes, lift your toes. Now hug the muscles of your bones all the way up into your belly. Notice how the kneecap starts lifting towards your hips. Exhale, bring that down. Last time, this time inhale, lifting the toes up, hug muscles to bones, draw all the way up into your belly. Nice work. Now hug your shins in towards each other. And energetically move your feet slightly apart. So you keep hugging the shins in. Your legs should be shaking. Keep that, place your toes down. Nice work. Now lift your pubic bone towards your navel. Nice. And release that. Okay, next one is working into the shoulders. So let's just do a few arm rotations. Rotating those arms, just getting the synovial fluid into the joints. So the synovial fluid helps your joints keep moving easily, right? It kind of frees everything up. Now coming back to the wall, bring your left arm so that the elbow is in line with your left shoulder. Standing with your feet parallel like we did just in Tadasana, lengthen long through the side of your body and bring your shoulder blades together. And inhale, and then exhale, just see how far you can just turn your toes away from side on from the wall, okay? Some of you may not be able to get very far. The action is lengthening through the side of your body and just taking the head of your arm bone back. So you're just opening up across the front of the chest here. That creates a lot of kind of forward rolling and poor posture and neck problems. So we're just opening up and freeing that space. I'm feeling great sensation, so you probably are too. Inhale, come back, and we'll do the second side. Just release that, give your shoulders a roll. Come so that your right elbow and your right shoulder are close to the mat. Feet are parallel to the wall. Place your right elbow in line with your right shoulder. Lengthen long through the side of your body and bring those shoulder blades together. Keep the ears in line. Come back into that Tadasana that we just did with the legs engaged. Lift the pubic bone to navel. If you're already feeling sensation, you can stay here. Otherwise, just start walking your feet around. Right? You can start noticing, if you practice this every day, just start noticing the progress that you make. And even if you're making like a millimeter of progress, take that as progress and celebrate the milestone, okay? Whenever we come to something for the first time, we've got to just really fully embrace where we are and everything that brought us to this place, so that we can then move forward with love and compassion in our hearts for ourselves. All right, inhale, unwind. Woo! That feels good, doesn't it? Nice work. Now coming back to that Tadasana, clasp your hands behind your shoulders, roll the head of your arm bones back, and just gently pull your elbows together. Nice work. Lift the pubic bone to navel and just give yourself a little bit more opening across the shoulders here. Lovely. All right, now come to face the wall and place your hands on the wall. Now you can place them up nice and high and just walk your feet out wide and see if you can mount your head towards the wall. Now you may not be able to. The action is keeping the head of the arm bones lifted, shoulders on your back. Feet remain parallel. Work the thigh bones back and lift the pubic bone to navel. Keep the strength in your legs as well as your arms. Nice. Inhale, come back. This time bring your hands so that they're chest level. Middle of the wrist in line with the outside edges of your shoulders, and just walk your feet back a little bit further. Your hands will come down so that they stay in line with your shoulders. And we're coming into a variation of downward facing dog. You should be feeling the sensation in your hamstrings here, because you're pushing the thigh bones back into your hamstrings. And return to that work we did with creating the strength in your legs. Push into the wall with every exhalation. Soften the shoulder blades together at the heart to create an opening both in your shoulders and in your legs. Nice work. Inhale, come up, walk the feet forward. This time, bring your hands so that they're in line with your nipples. Have your feet about 1.5 to 2 feet away from the wall. Shoulders on your back. Create that strength in your legs. Lift the pubic bone to navel. Bend your elbows and mount your heart towards the wall. We're going to do that 5 times. That's 1. These are little chaturanga push-ups. 2. 3 more times. 3. 2 more times. You've got this. 4. I'm feeling this in my arms. You know, this is really strong work. 5. My goodness. All right, come back. And this time again, bringing the left side of your body close to the wall. Place your left hand on the wall for support again. And this time lifting your right knee up and bending the knee. Bring the knee now, so it's in line with the left knee, and we're just going to place the hand and just kind of straighten and bend the leg. So it's a bit of a dynamic stretch. We're not trying to catch the foot with our hand. We're just a dynamic stretch into the front of the quadriceps here, okay? Some of you may be able to reach back eventually and catch the foot with your hand. So if you can do that, then you're most welcome to. Otherwise, just stick with that dynamic stretch. Remember, we're just using functional movement and stretching the muscles and getting blood flowing into them. All right, and of course, strengthening the legs at the same time. Sneaky 2-for-1 poses. Second side, placing that right hand against the wall. Stand strong in your right leg. Bend your left knee so that the knee comes parallel to the hip. Lift the pubic bone to navel. Now you just start straightening the leg, bending the leg, straightening the leg, bending the knee, sorry. Perfect. So that dynamic stretch is coming in to the front of the thigh, plus we're still strengthening that right leg, all right? We're building strength and flexibility when we practice yoga. If you can reach that foot, then capture the foot, hug the legs together, keep lengthening through the side of your body, bringing the head of the arm bones together, and extend out the femur bone on your left thigh. Lovely, lovely stretch. Nice work. Release that. Perfect. All right, coming back to our hamstrings on the front of the leg. Place both hands on the wall, and this time step your right foot forward, take your left foot back. Make sure the hips are parallel with the wall, and you can begin to step your heart, lean your heart forward, keep your elbows bent, work the thigh bones back into the hamstring, saying hello to that front hamstring. Woohoo! If you want to, you can bend the back knee slightly and say hello to the calf on your back leg. And as a beginner, you'll notice that you may be feeling sensations in different parts of the body than what I'm talking about. And that's just because there may be a tighter muscle sending a signal, so that tighter muscle has to free up before we can get really into the hamstring. But don't worry, the hamstring's getting stretched as well. Nice work. Come up, second side. Goodness me, this feels so good in my body. Left toes come up the wall, hands on the wall just where they were before. Turn your right toes in slightly, make sure your hips facing the wall nice and deeply, and then just melt the heart. Work the thigh bones back into the hamstrings, which means that your butt does stick out a little bit, okay? Lift the pubic bone to navel, melt the heart. Keep working those thigh bones into the hamstrings. If you want to add in the calf stretch at the back, you can bend the back knee slightly. Inhale, come up. Nice work. Step those back. Fantastic. Alrighty. And one last sneaky pose. Just taking your feet out wide, actually nice and wide, turn the toes out, hands on your hips, bend your knees, sink the knees. So we're working up into the hips, lift the pubic bone to navel, anchor the four corners of your feet into the mat. We're strengthening the legs and we're opening the hips here as well. You can bring your hands together in front of your heart. I've actually worked up a sweat doing this little short sequence, so I hope that you're getting some benefit from this too. Inhale, straighten your legs, turn your toes in, heel toe your feet together. Come back to Tadasana, roll the head of your arm bones back, palms facing the ceiling. Ready to start the day. You didn't even need a yoga mat, all you needed was a handy wall and 15 minutes. Get to it, make this part of your daily routine, see what happens, make a comment in the comments below to tell us how you progress. And remember, even 1 millimeter of progress is progress. We're so proud of you for showing up for yourself. Just keep going. You never know where you'll end up. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.